What did you make of that point of the game where, especially there's a couple of points, but let's say the first quarter there when the bench came on, the Heat went zone, and I think you guys turned it over about 8 times in 7 minutes. And yet, you maintained a double-digit lead. They didn't run it all the way back on you. Why were you able to not let that flurry of turnovers end up costing you more than it did?
I think we just focused on playing hard today. I think that was the thing that we tried to just be consistent and fundamental with the things that we can control. That was big. I think Freddie mentioned that a couple of times before the game started, and I think that was kind of the sentiment of the game. They started off with a great tone, and as a bench unit, we have to do a lot better than that. We definitely are well prepared for it. We went through drills the last couple of days attacking the zone, and we know what to do. It's not like we don't know what to do. Our coaches coach as well. We just got to play a lot better than that, period. And we will play better than that because I know we can. So, hey, man, it happens, and we got to grow from it and not let it happen again.
And Stan, I know you have roots. Well, you're an LA guy, and next week's going to be a pretty interesting week, sad week, as we look back a year past from Kobe passing away. Yeah. So I didn't know if I get a chance to talk to you before then. So I wanted to ask, what kind of influence or legacy do you think that Kobe has left the players in the league today as a workplace? What examples of his example do you see among guys, even yourself, or when you look around the league in terms of how they approach their job?
Man, Kobe means a lot to me, man to man, like outside of a basketball player. And in my opinion, the work that Kobe's done and the motto of a citizen, even though a person that has made mistakes before, but I think he's done enough in his career and outside of his career to be almost a logo figure for us as NBA players, talking about what he did on the court, talking about his work ethic, talk about his commitment to basketball, talk about his commitment to our organization, talk about his commitment to being a father, commitment to having successful businesses, commitment to keep his name out of garbage outside the court for the most part. He pretty much aced everything. If you could, one of my favorite people says on TV a lot, I wouldn't trade. I don't think he would trade his career for anybody else who's ever played the game, on and off the court. And he set an example that is more than enough for us to all reach for. And I really appreciate him. I really appreciate it, man.
I appreciate it. That's well said. Thank you, Stanley. Have a great night.
Yeah. Next question goes to Josh Lewenberg from TSN.
Hey, Stanley. Congrats on the win. Obviously, a crucial point of the game late in the third when they tied it up. I believe it was at 61. What do you think the turning point was there for you guys when you were able to respond? So what was the difference during that stretch for you guys? What was the focus?
That was the turning point right there, in my opinion. They hit us with the shot, a proverbial punch in the face to get back in the game. And we stood there and took it. And it's like, you guys got to keep playing. So it's great basketball. That's what you come out there. You want to compete. That's what two good teams do. They compete hard like that. The game is full of runs. We had our run to begin the game. They had their run at the beginning of the third quarter, and that's what happens. Two good teams. They don't quit on games. That's not what we do. It's not what they do either. And we know exactly who we're playing. They're a good team, and we played a good game tonight.
You're obviously known for your defense, but you had a few really nice passes in the fourth quarter, finding Chris on the cut and alley-oop to OG. Is that an underrated, overlooked part of your game?
No, that's what we were coached to do. That's how it should have been when we turned it over 7 times in 8 minutes, like my man just said. That's what we're supposed to be doing. It's not really difficult to beat a 2-3 zone. I think all of us have played against it our whole lives, but we have to stick to the script and do what we're supposed to do.
Great. Thanks, Stanley. Have a good night.
Next question goes to Louis Zatzman from Raptors Republic.
Hey, Stan, I actually wanted to ask about one of those specific plays. That pass to Chris on the cut.
Yeah.
After so many turnovers, not you, but the team, trying to pass through the zone, and then you throw one through both levels. That must have been, what were you thinking in the moment? Because that must have been a scary pass to worry about it getting.
Are you asking me to tell you our playbook?
No, about your mindset trying to throw through a couple levels of the zone when it's picked off so many passes in the night.
How can I best explain this? I'll say it like this. when you're in the zone, you're guarding an area, right? So you're guarding the people that are in your area. Once guys move and cut, they don't know who's what. They're either looking at the people they're guarding or looking at the ball. So Chris makes a cut, 2 people are looking at the ball. I can throw it right between them. There you go.
Perfect. Thank you.
Next question goes to Aaron Rose at si.com.
Hey, Stanley. You've been around plenty of good coaches in your career, I'd like to say. It sounds like the past few days, you guys got some stern talking tos. Nick wasn't thrilled, and Norm sort of confirmed that. How did you feel the past few days went compared to some of the other kind of speeches you've heard in your career?
I just think he's human. I mean, I think he's just human. Like, everybody's frustrated, and his job is to coach us up. I don't think that was like anything like crazy, but we work hard and we expect good results. So we're not happy about it. That's for sure. And we work good together as a group. I mean, I think everybody, man to man, coaches the players, the front office, we work so good together. To say that was like a yelling at, that was just like an emotional, strong conversation, I would say, more than like, he wasn't like cursing us out or yelling at us like that. In my opinion, at least, he was just saying what was on his heart. So I respect that.
Is that what you've seen from Nick? Sort of his approach is maybe different than other coaches? How would you
100%. That's why he's special. Huh?
How does he sort of interact with you guys after a tough game?
I think he treats us like adults. I mean, I don't know. There's only one Nick Nurse, so I don't know. It's hard to explain, man.
Sure. Thanks, Dan.
No problem.